Video game discard is one of those things that gets routinely overlooked, which really makes sense. Physical media nuts always rant and rave about box art because it's usually one of the main images you associate with the game, whereas the disc you really only look at when you open the case to put it in the system, and then you don't see it again until you take it out of the system and then it goes back in the box. People rarely pay attention to it, but they should, because there's some really cool stuff that can be done with discard, at least enough for, I don't know, like 6 minutes? Back when discs first started being used as game formats on platforms like the Sega CD and TurboGrafx CD, disc art was basically non-existent. Just the title of the game and maybe a color if you're lucky. This carried over into the PlayStation generation and kind of became the standard. The vast majority of the time, this is what disc art is. Just the title of the game, and that's it. That's not to say there can't be some good found in simplicity. I actually think We Fit You is decent. Infamous Second Son has a nice logo, though it's way too dark. And Nier Automata has a logo. B-movie game. They're not bad, but they don't do anything for me. Another common disc design is when it's just a variation of the cover art. Again, nothing wrong with this, but I appreciate it when it's something completely unique. Halo Combat Evolved has this interesting screenshot for the disc art, which is kind of strange, and I like it because of that. Halo 2 uses this famous render of Master Chief, which is fine enough. But Halo 3, though, oh, that's so good! Look at those eyes, man, that is awesome! Silent Hill also has some very nice disc designs, and Silent Hill 3, just like Halo 1, just has a screenshot. It's a very interesting choice. Probably my favorite unique disc image is Red Dead Revolver. A cowboy in silhouette, riding into the sunset. That's just badass. Love it. Rockstar usually does have at least decent disc art. I think GTA 5's is lame, but Red Dead Redemption 2 is kinda nice. You got Dutch on the data disc and Sadie on the play disc. Not bad. One of my favorite games that I have, just in terms of presentation, is L.A. Noire The Complete Edition, which, on Xbox 360 at least, comes on a whopping 4 discs, all of which have their own unique art. Very nice. Multi-disc games can often do some fun stuff. Metal Gear Solid Disc 1 has Solid Snake and Disc 2 has Liquid Snake. Genius. If you can even tell. I love Yoji Shinkawa's art, but this close up and only in one color, it kind of just looks like a mess. It's good though, and it's a million times better than the GameCube remake, The Twin Snakes. Here there's just a different shade of gray on Disc 1 versus Disc 2. Boo. Xenosaga Episode 3 is decently nice. You got Cosmos on Disc 1 and Telos on Disc 2. You don't know what that means unless you've played the game, but cool. But sometimes, mostly on PS4 I've noticed, when there's a data disc and a play disc, they just do the bare minimum. Like Mass Effect Legendary Edition, it's the exact same art on both discs. The Last of Us Part 2 at least has different colors, but that's almost more boring somehow. It's literally just black and white. Speaking of boring and the PS4, Spider-Man. Like, yeah, the white spider logo is fine, it gets the job done, certainly not bad, but then you take a look at Spider-Man on the GameCube and oh! The spiderwebber on the disc looks so cool, it's awesome! Spider-Man 2 isn't nearly as cool, Spider-Man discs peaked here. You know what else peaked on the GameCube? Fire Emblem disc art. Look at these sick-ass flames on Path of Radiance, the red and black, and the way it plays with the typical GameCube border at the bottom. Oh, I love it! GameCube discs usually don't look this nice though, mostly because they only have 2 colors. We're back to the early days, baby! This continued even into the early Wii generation, which you can see in games like Super Mario Galaxy and its weird red and black color scheme. But even in this era of limited colors, Super Smash Bros. Brawl is absolutely perfect, oh my god. But at some point in this generation, they started printing full-color images on the discs, leading to beautiful designs like Skyward Sword and New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This disc is a great example of my favorite motif, is that the right word? In disc art, where they use the circular design to create a unique image. Nintendo actually did this a lot with games like Kirby's Epic Yarn, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, The Wind Waker HD, New Super Mario Bros. U, so on and so on. Also, of course, I would say this, but the Wii U has, on average, the best disc art out of any system I've seen. It's so good. Animal Crossing, Mario Maker, Nintendo Land, Pikmin 3, Splatoon, The Wonderful 101, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse, Yoshi's Woolly World, NES Remix Pack is designed to look like an NES cart, that's so cool! The only 2 I can say that I don't like, at least that I own, are Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, because it just looks like they just randomly slapped PNGs on the disc with no real care, and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. After the perfection of Brawl's discs, this is just kinda lame. But you know what's not lame? The Batman Arkham Knight disc. It's a wheel. It's the wheel of the Batmobile. That's perfect. What's even more perfect than that? The Metroid Prime Trilogy disc. This art of Samus is badass enough, but then you make the hole in the disc of the barrel of her arm cannon. Mwah! But nothing will ever be as completely and utterly flawless as the disc for Xenoblade Chronicles. The hole in the disc is the hole of the Monado. This is it. Disc art peaked here. This has literally never been topped. If you saw my last video, you know that I really strongly dislike Xenoblade as a game, but this disc art is just undeniably peak. And now that we've peaked, I have very little else to talk about. Please share some of your favorite disc arts in the comments. It is a very underrated thing. I'd love to hear some of your favorites because obviously I only have so many games. I've only seen so many discs. So if you have any favorites, please share them in the comments. Oh, and if you're wondering what the worst disc I have is, you ever play Sonic 06?